If I could go back to the beginning of when I started my consulting business, there's one thing that I would tell myself. And I'm going to tell you this in this video as well to save you so much time, so much agony, and the lag between one client to the next. It is to always focus on client acquisition. Never stop that. Hi, everyone. If you're new to this channel, my name is Edith, and I am a consultant, and I help other consultants grow their business as well. When it comes to client acquisition, we're so confused and scared. But the reality is, it's something that we know what to do, and we do it consistently. When you sit back and think about your career as an IT consultant, you are constantly in communication with recruiters. You're constantly talking to somebody to help you get your next client. But the difference here is that you're talking to people that had a limited reach of how far or how wide you can put out your net for client acquisition. But in this video, I want to show you exactly what to do. It only takes you 2 hours a day, consistently implement these steps, and you will never ever have to worry about another contract ending. You will never ever have to worry about money drying out in your consulting business again. So, most consultants, when we get our first one or two clients, we're so excited. You should celebrate because you received your one or two client. But don't stop there because when you only have one client, that means you're just a glorified employee. So what do we do when we get our first client? We spend all of our effort working 24/7 for this client. And the reality is, the client doesn't even really need you that much. Like they need you to provide the value, but they do not need you to work in their business nonstop. And then when you get a second client, you're learning how to manage your time, but you still don't know how to really grow your business and focus on working in your business a little bit as well as working out with marketing and client acquisition. The sweet spot for consultants is to have about 5 to 10 clients. The biggest mistakes that we do as consultants is when we have those one or two clients, we just stop doing marketing. If you're somebody that focus on content creation, someone that run ads, or somebody that do cold outreach, warm outreach, you just stop doing it. And that's the biggest mistake. Client acquisition should never be an emergency implementation step. It should be something that is embedded within your business. You spend time on it every single day because the reality is a business is as strong as how much lead that you have. And I'm going to repeat it again. A business is only as strong as how many leads you have. The number of leads is the name of the game. Here are the 4 lead generation brackets. Alex Hormozi shares it. He talks about cold outreach, warm outreach, content, and running ads. And it's so important that we understand these 4 steps because whatever path that you choose, focus on it, implement it, and go all in. You don't need to do all 4 at the same time. Let's talk about the 4 lead brackets quickly. When it comes to cold outreach, these are people that do not know you. They don't know you exist. You reached out to them. You have some type of mechanism set up in your business that leads you to reach out to cold people. Warm outreach are people that are aware of you. They're aware that they have the problem and they know that you could be the person that solve it. And then content creation is putting out your intellectual property, sharing your knowledge, sharing what you know, sharing the area of consulting expertise that you have. Maybe you're creating books, maybe you're creating content on LinkedIn, on TikTok, on whatever social platforms. You're writing articles. Creating content is a form of marketing. And then the fourth is running Facebook ads. And running ads, you have to pay for it with finances, but it's the fastest way to reach people at a higher scale. Focus on one of these and go full in because the goal is not to have 50 strategies. Because the reality is, based on your work, based on the time that you have, one of these will work best for you. Here's the 2 hours focus each day. The first thing that you need to do is focus on lead generation. For me, this is how my day looked like. I focus on my content creation. I check my ads. So as you're starting off, pick one or two and then focus your attention on that. The first 2 hours of the day, if you have more time, focus on 4 hours of the day and go full in on lead generation. So let's bring this full cycle, okay? Imagine the city that you live in. I live in Kennesaw. And in my city, we have about 49,000 people. All 49,000 of those people do not know I exist and do not know the business that I'm in. There's probably about 0.00001% that knows. And I'm assuming the same with you. Let's just say you market only to your city and you're able to get 5 to 10 good clients. That is all that you need. That can easily be a $1 million business. Of course, you're charging high ticket offers. Now, spend that to marketing to your state. If we look at my state, I have 11 billion people in my state. Let's imagine that you're marketing to 11 billion people. That is a lot of people. You're spending 2 hours a day on it. That's all you need. Your business will grow at a speed that is beyond your control. And that's the good thing that we want. We want growth to be beyond our control. So then we can figure out what to do next instead of being stuck in the trap of one contract ending and figuring out how to get the next client. Whereas you have consistent leads, you have consistent communication, you're networking with so many people. That is a consulting business that you control. The one thing that I wish I knew when I started my consulting business is to never stop generating leads. Even when you're busy, generate leads. Even when you're overbooked, generate leads because that is pushing you and stretching you. Maybe you need to start hiring people. Maybe now you're transitioning yourself to have a boutique agency. Never stop generating leads. That is the foundation of everything. If you're consulting and you want to learn how to grow your business and stop relying on recruiters or any middle guy, or you're done with being in the feast and famine cycle, go ahead and watch my other videos in this channel and reach out if you want to start implementing it immediately.